Welcome to News Track. I'm Melinda Akinlami, and these are the stories and reports we're tracking at this hour. 4 weeks after the state of emergency in 3 states of the northeast in the country, it seems the insurgents have moved elsewhere in the north. As reports say, gunmen suspected to be members of the Boko Haram attacked Kwakwakwasa village in Biringwari local government area of Kaduna State, killing several people, including 2 soldiers. Confirming the attack, the Assistant Director, Public Relations, Colonel Sani Kakasheka, said that 2 soldiers, including a captain, lost their lives during a shootout with the insurgents. He added that a large number of the assailants were also killed, while some escaped with bullet wounds. The attack, which occurred at about 6 in the morning, comes 4 days after a similar one on 3 villages in the area. Now, although fresh attacks have occurred in some areas, the government appears satisfied with progress made so far in terms of peacekeeping in Yobe State and has decided to relax the curfew. The governor's special advisor on media and information, Abdullah Ebo, explained that the restriction of the movement now starts from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. daily. This adjustment follows the review of the peacekeeping exercise with the commander of the Joint Task Force, where it was agreed that some progress has been made. However, outside the state capital, Damaturu, the curfew still remains 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Federal authorities say 3 Lebanese arrested last month for alleged possession of illegal arms in the northwestern part of Kano, the nation's capital, Abuja, are involved in terrorism and constitute a threat to national security. According to the court papers filed in response to a lawsuit by the 3 Lebanese challenging their detention by the Department of State Security Service, preliminary investigation has established a much more serious case of terrorism. The suspects, Abdallah Tani, Mustafa Fawaz and Talal Roda, were brought to court yesterday in accordance to a court order directing the police to produce them to enable them prosecute the case.
Tahini, Mustafa Fawaz and Talal Roda at the Federal High Court, Abuja. Armed security forces escorted the suspects into the court. The accused persons, who are alleged to be members of Hezbollah, an international terrorist organization, were brought to court on the order of Justice Adeniyi Ademola, having instituted a 3 billion naira suit against the federal government for alleged illegal detention. Hearing of the suit was, however, stalled as lawyer to the Department of State Service, Cliff Osage, announced that he had served a counter affidavit on the accused persons with a more serious case of terrorism. Lawyer to the accused persons, Robert Clark, said the suspects are asking for 1 billion naira in damages for unlawful detention because they have been detained for more than 40 days without the authorities telling them their offense.
We are here to fight for the fundamental rights of my clients who have been in custody for over 40 days. And to these proceedings, it's one that has been as a result of a court order that the applicants should be physically brought to court. So they have been brought to court today, and we've taken a new date for continuation of the fundamental rights application. We are suing for 1 billion. For each person that has been incarcerated without lawful authority.
Although the counsel to the State Security Service declined any comment, he told the court in his counter affidavits that the activities of the accused persons constituted threats to national security. Fawaz was arrested on May 11, 2013. The court papers say investigation led to the arrest on May 12 of Tahini at the Aminu Kano International Airport on his way to Egypt en route Lebanon, and was found to be in possession of $61,170. Besides, the documents say a large cache of sophisticated weapons and weapons of mass destruction was on May 26, 2013, discovered at Kano residence of one Ahmed Hassan Taher, now at large, who is a relation of Fawaz. Justice Ademola Adeniyi adjourned the suit to the 21st of June for hearing. He ordered that the accused persons be remanded in the custody of the Department of State Services and should be allowed access to their lawyer.
In In a strong show of support for Nigeria's fight against terrorism, Japan has promised to train 2,000 military personnel drawn from the Sahel region, comprising Nigeria, Niger Republic, Chad, Mali and Sudan. This was announced by the Japanese ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. Ruchi Soji, at the commissioning of the hostels built by the Japanese government for the National Defense College, adding that his country is pledging the sum of $120 million to resolve the crisis. On her part, the Minister of State for Defense, Mrs. Olushola Obada, expressed Nigeria's readiness to work with Japan to control the insurgency in the north.
Japan will assist in capacity building of the countries of the Sahel to enable them to engage effectively in counter-terrorism action. 2,000 people will be trained for counter-terrorism and security maintenance activities.
I can only wish that Nigeria and Japan deepen their relationship in defense and security in particular, and generally in the area of defense technology. Japan is an advanced technological nation and the third largest economy in the world after the United States and China. Nigeria stands to leverage on the Japanese technological powers and economic strength to realize a goal of joining the top 20 economies in the world by the year 2020.
And the Zamfara State House of Assembly has indicted the chairman of the state's Universal Basic Education Board, Mr. Murtala Jangebe, for a 747.2 million naira fraud. A report by a panel set up by lawmakers to investigate the operations of the board accused Mr. Jangebe of operating 15 accounts in separate banks. The panel found several discrepancies in the board's accounts, including a pensions account operated in EcoBank. Part of the panel's reports read, due to excessive misappropriation of public funds entrusted upon the present chairman, the committee no longer trusts him to administer the affairs of the Zamfara State Universal Basic Education Board. As a result, the committee recommends that he should be prosecuted for criminal disregard to be laid down to financial regulations. We're taking a break now. When News Track returns, INEC and MPC chairman meet to get details of that and other stories after the break. Join us again.
You know when it's hot, it is sweltering. And when it's cold, it could be frigid. Water levels are rising. Flood is rampant. Diseases are on the increase. Green monster flourishes on our waterways. Scientists say it is climate change. Politicians negotiate it and world leaders debate it. But what do you make of it? Understand your climate. Make sense of the world on Earthfile.
It's so great to have you back. All our top stories and other programs can be found on our website. It's channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Now, if you are on the go, just visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on an iPad, iPhone or BlackBerry. And you can also download the Channels TV app for Android and Nokia 920 devices from their respective stores. The 2016 census will be conducted based on what the National